Hello everyone, you are welcome to Samog Library. In this tutorial, we are going to solve the algebraic expression questions in our WASSCE June 2013 and November 2013. Objective question 38, June. Simplify 1 out of x plus 1 minus 2 out of x minus 1 plus 3 out of x squared minus 1. Objective question 41, June. Factorize completely. M square n minus 2mn square plus n cube. Objective question 42, June. Simplify 3 out of x plus 3 minus 2 into bracket x minus 3 divided by the expression x squared minus 9. Objective question 8, November. Simplify to bracket 3x minus y multiplied by 3x plus y minus into bracket 3x plus 2y multiplying into bracket 3x minus 2y. Objective question 9, November. Factorize the expression 9x squared t squared minus 1. Objective question 10, November. Expand into bracket x minus square root of 2 into bracket x plus square root of 2. Now let's dive into our solutions. Our solution to objective question 38, June, which says we should simplify 1 out of x plus 1 minus 2 out of x minus 1 plus 3 out of x squared minus 1. In this given expression, first of all, we are going to find the least common denominator. Thus, the denominator that each of the denominators we have in the various terms can divide without any remainder. So, when we look at x plus 1, x minus 1 and x squared minus 1, we can choose the least common denominator as x squared minus 1. When we pick x squared minus 1, x squared minus 1 can divide itself. Likewise, the first term, which has a denominator of x plus 1, can divide x squared minus 1. And x minus 1 can also divide x squared minus 1. This is because in x squared minus 1, which is x squared minus 1, we have x minus 1 and x minus 1 as the factors. So with this, we can continue by dividing the denominator, which is x squared minus 1, by each of the denominators. So x plus 1 goes into x squared minus 1. We will have x minus 1. Then the next term, minus 2 into bracket x minus 1 goes to x squared minus 1. We'll be left with just x plus 1. Then plus 3. X squared minus 1 goes into x squared minus 1. It will be 1. So 3 times 1 is the same 3. So we are going to end here and continue by simplifying the numerator. Then we will have x minus 1. Negative 2 times x will be negative 2x. Then negative 2 times 1 will be negative 2 plus 3 divided by x squared minus 1. We have x and we have negative 2x. So x minus 2x will give us negative x. Then negative 1 minus 2 will give us negative 3 plus 3 is 0. So at the numerator side, we will have negative x. Then at the denominator, we will have x squared minus 1. And we'll end here. And our solution to objective question 41, June, we have to factorize completely m square n minus 2mn square plus n cubed. We can see that n is common to all the three terms here, so we can factor n out. N into brackets m square minus 2mn plus n square. What we have inside the bracket is a quadratic trinomial in the form ax squared plus bx plus c, where the x square in this case is the m square and the n square is the constant here. And whenever we are solving a quadratic trinomial, what we do is that we multiply the coefficient of x squared, which in this case is m squared, by the constant term, which is n squared. And the coefficient of m squared is 1. 1 times n squared is going to give us n squared. Then the next thing we are going to do is to find two pair factors of n squared. Then when we add, we are going to get negative 2n. Negative 2n. So n squared, the pair factors will be n squared times 1, and the other one will be n times n. But in the n squared times 1, when we negate either the n squared or the 1, we are not going to get negative 2n as we are looking for here. So we move on to the n times n. But in this case, when we negate the n and negate the other one, and we add negative 2n plus negative, we add negative n plus negative n, it's going to yield negative 2n. Hence, the pair factors that we are going to use for our quadratic trinomial will be negative n, negative n. So our expression will be n to bracket. Let me do this, a bigger bracket. M squared minus negative. So let me do it positive into bracket negative n minus n. Then I'll bring out the m here plus our n squared. And when you write it like this, you have to check and see whether what you have expanded can give what we already have back. So negative n minus n is going to give us negative 2n. Negative 2n times m will provide us with negative 2mn. So it means we are on the right path. Then we continue by expanding, which will give us m squared minus mn minus another mn plus n squared. What we have in the bracket, which was trinomial, now has 4 terms. So we are going to group them in pairs and factor them accordingly. So our first bracket will have m squared minus mn. Then in our next bracket, we will have mn minus n squared. Now let's check where we introduce minus and see whether we have done the right thing. Negative times mn, we are going to get negative mn. Then negative times negative n squared is going to give us positive n squared. So it means we are on the right path. Then we can continue by factorizing what we have inside the bracket. Again, m squared minus mn, the common factor is m into brackets m minus n. then minus mn minus n square. The common factor is n. Then we'll get m minus n. Since what we have inside the brackets are the same, it means our factorization is correct. Then we proceed by factoring m minus n out. Then we'll be left with another m minus n. Then m minus n multiplying m minus n will give us m minus n square. And this will be our final result. In our solution to objective question 42 June, we are to simplify 3 divided by x plus 3 minus 2 into bracket x minus 3 divided by x squared minus 9. In this kind of expression, what we are going to find is our least common denominator. And the denominators are x plus 3 and x squared minus 9. When we pick x plus 3, the x squared minus 9 cannot divide the x plus 3 exactly. But when we pick the x squared minus 9 as our least common denominator, x squared minus 9 can divide itself, and as well x plus 3 can also divide x squared minus 9. So the least common denominator we are going to use will be x squared minus 9. And we all know that this x squared minus 9 is a difference of two squares, which we can express as x minus 3 then x plus 3. Okay, so let's see. X plus 3 goes into x squared minus 9. Let me use my black ink. Already we have 3 there. So when this x plus 3 goes to divide x squared minus 9, we'll be left with x minus 3. Because in x squared minus 9 we have x minus 3 and x plus 3. So when it comes to divide, x plus 3 will go away, leaving x minus 3. Then we have minus 2 into brackets x minus 3. When x squared minus 9 divide x squared minus 9, it is 1. So 1 multiplied by the numerator will be whatever we have at the numerator side. We continue by simplifying the numerator, which will give us 3 times x will be 3x, 3 times negative 3 will be negative 9, negative 2 times x will be negative 2x, then negative 2 times negative 3 will be plus 6, which is positive, divided by x squared minus 9. We can also simplify the numerator again. 3x minus 2x will give us x, then negative 9 plus 6 will be negative 3. And the denominator, which we have x squared minus 9, we can factor that one as x minus 3, x plus 3. And this x minus 3 can cancel the x minus 3 at the numerator side, leaving 1 at the numerator side. So at the end we are going to have 1 over x plus 3 as our answer. Solution to objective question 8 November, which says we should simplify to bracket 3x minus y multiplying another bracket 3x plus y minus into bracket 3x plus 2y multiplying 3x minus 2y. when we look at 3x minus y and 3x plus y, this is a factorization from a difference of two squares. So we are going to rewrite this as difference of two squares. We have 3 here, 3 here, so the square number will be 9 here. And we have x, so obviously we are going to get x squared. So our first term will be 9x squared, then minus, that's the difference. We have the variable y, so that one will be y squared. So whenever you factor 9x squared minus y squared, we are going to get 3x minus y, 3x plus y. Then this is in a bracket. Minus the next one, we have 3x plus 2y, 3x minus 2y. Of course, this is also difference of two squares, which in this case our square numbers will begin from 9 because we have 3, then the variable is x, so x squared, then minus the second term we have 2, so the square number, that when we take the square root, we are going to get 2 is 4. So 4, and the variable is y, so y squared. Oh, now we have our square numbers as this. We can continue by expanding the brackets. Negative times 9x squared will give us negative 9x squared. Then negative times negative 4y squared will give us plus 4y squared. Then 9x squared can cancel negative 9x squared, leaving negative y squared plus 4y squared. So negative y squared plus 4y squared, we are going to get 3y squared, and that will be our final result. In objective question 9 November, we are to factorize the expression 9x squared t squared minus 1. No, 9 is a square number, s squared, square, then t squared, square, and 1 is also a square number. So this is about difference of two squares. In this case, we can rewrite the 9 as 3 squared, then we have s squared, t squared minus 1. Then we can group 1, 2, 3 as one square number, which we have 3xt all square minus 1. Of course, the 1 is also 1 square. Then we can factor that one by writing 3xt minus 1 in one bracket, then 3xt plus 1. And this will be the factorization to 9x squared t squared minus 1. In objective question 10 November, we are to expand x minus square root of 2 times x plus square root of 2. When you look at this, x minus square root 2, x plus square root 2, this is difference of two squares. So we can write the square number of the x, which is x squared, minus the square number of root 2, which is square root of 2 all square. Then our square root will cancel the square we have here, leaving x squared minus 2 as our final result.